Hello, my name is Bill and welcome to MindYourCrypto. Today I have Ankr update. Let's see what it will do, and of course guys, let's see something very interesting in Bitcoin's chart and of course in Ankr against USDT valuation. Thank you so much for watching and of course have a fantastic day guys. Thank you so much for your support also. If you like the content and you are a new viewer, please hit the like button and subscribe. Also share the video and you can join our Telegram group chat. I have the link in the description down below. So let's continue now quickly guys to the support levels. I've drawn the Fibonacci retracement from here and not from this top because I want to find more of a short-term resistance levels. And so we hit the 11 cents. You can see here back on 26 May, 27th May, we hit the 11 cents to 12. Now we are going downwards. We almost went a little bit beyond the 9 cents. Now we want to maintain this support level. We are getting into a squeeze point guys, high lows, lower highs, and we will see eventually after the Bitcoin what it will do. Of course you should take into consideration when you are doing a technical analysis and you are in a bearish market, you should always take into consideration the Bitcoin and of course the altcoin you decide to have a technical analysis and the price prediction against Bitcoin. So for now we are going to see the MACD. The MACD is a very important tool guys. It gives us buying and exit opportunities as long as some risk involved when we are having a risk. And of course, especially in the daily frame, what we want to see in the 4-hour frame, where we are in the trading view, in the 4 hours, you click here guys, the 4 hours, you want to see higher lows. Eventually, you want to see something like this for the blue line, for the MACD. If you see lower highs, then you will be eventually going downwards. An example with higher lows is this guys. You can see that we didn't care about the bearish cross as long as we moved upwards, towards the upwards, okay? So therefore, what we want to see is a change to the movement here, and of course we need to see going upwards of course on the 4-hour frame. What has changed from before is now that we are in a bearish market. We are in a bearish market, not a bearish cycle guys, but a bearish market. There is a difference, and of course you know why there is a difference, because the Bitcoin bull run has been paused, not stopped. Okay, so that's why this is the difference, because if we were talking about a bearish market cycle, then we would eventually experience more of a consolidation for much longer time. So now we are going to Ankr against USDT in the 4-hour frame. For the commodity channel index, you can see here we don't manage to have high commodity channel index in the 4-hour frame. We didn't manage to get this as well. What we hope for is not to drop down again down below. Eventually if we can make something like a movement like this guys, then we will be all fine. Okay, so for now we don't have any oversold situation, because when we are below the gray zone we are having a risk. When we are below the gray zone we are having a buying opportunity. When we are above the gray zone we are having a risk. Right there we had a buying opportunity. What has changed from the past is that I would tell you guys here, buy and have a 5 to 10% profit target. Yes, it is extremely important by simple buying strategy. What has changed though is that we saw a rapidly correction from Bitcoin, a major crash down. So that destroys a little bit the technical analysis, as you know guys, and of course eventually you can't be sure, you can't be safe that you should take 5 to 10% profits here, because we are in a bearish market, a very bearish market. Now even on bearish markets you can buy here and have an exit strategy, but always remember, bearish markets is different than crashing down. Of course, it is the opposite of the impulsive waves. Now we had a major crash of around 50% in just 2 days, guys. This was major crash. Okay, so for now we should be careful, although here what we might expect to see for Ankr is this, and I will explain why afterwards. For the RSI, we need to see now, eventually, if we can test higher highs and higher lows. Eventually we want to surpass this resistance line right here. I will color it with red because I like it more guys, and of course we need to surpass this resistance level. We need to see higher highs, higher lows. That's what we care for in the 4-hour frames guys. And of course according to the SSL channel, you can see here we don't have any buying opportunity according to the SSL channel, because the red line is above the green line. Is it always right? No, especially guys for the times that you want to buy. It gives us buying opportunity, for example here, and you can see that we crumbled down. So here it gave us a pretty good buying opportunity. The green line is above the red line, and we assume that according to the SSL channel we have a buying opportunity. But this indicator, guys, this is proposed to so many YouTube videos, but personally I haven't found this so trustful and so easily to maintain. You need to combine it with other indicators. Yes, it gives you some pretty good idea, but in general you have to take some measurements first, and of course get risk safety from other indicators, not from the SSL channel. So we are going to anchor against USDT in the daily frame, and the reason why I believe we are going upwards, it is because, guys, we are going above the minus 100, and now we've hit multiple times the 100 on the daily frame. What we hoped for is to go something like this, and then eventually not falling down. Then eventually we can do something like this. It would be great for the daily frame, for Anchor, but we don't depend only on Anchor. Right now we depend from Bitcoin. This is the difference here right now. Okay, so for the RSI on the daily frame, we will go now. You can see that we are having a declining RSI. That means, guys, that we need to go upwards. We need right now for the RSI not to make lower lows. Instead, we have to get a shift to the momentum for the daily frame. Eventually, we haven't closed below the 30, but we don't want to get there as well. Okay, so for now we need to see an upward to the momentum for Anchor. You can see here that we were going upwards until 16th March, then falling all the way down for the daily RSI. It is very important to see an upward to the trend, and of course follow a reversal pattern with higher highs and higher lows, guys. That's what we want to see eventually. Okay, so for the MACD, when we extend the bottom line of the Bollinger Bands, we are having a buying opportunity. I've always told you this, but what happens is now we are in a very bearish moment. Right then we were on the opposite, the impulsive wave, as I've told you, and you can see how we follow the top line Bollinger Band all the way. When we extend the top line of the Bollinger Bands, we will usually go back inside, but on an impulsive wave we don't have this necessarily. You can see here it was a selling opportunity, but we were all the way down, we went all the way upward, sorry. But here it is a buying opportunity, but now you can see we are falling. So we are in the opposite of the impulsive wave. In a normal market like this, guys, for example, you can see that by the time we went above the Bollinger Bands, we went back inside, and by the time we went below the bottom line of the Bollinger Bands, we went back upwards. Okay, so yes, this happens in every market except for impulsive waves and except for a very huge bearish moment like we had back on 19th May. So for now, guys, the MACD in the daily frame, last but not least for this chart, you can see that we haven't seen a bullish cross yet. We had seen here a bullish cross, but it wasn't enough to go upwards. We didn't get this distance we need. We always want to get the distance needed, guys, to go upwards, to push up the MACD. Okay, so for now, Anchor against Bitcoin. What are we seeing here for Anchor against Bitcoin? Okay, I will draw the Fibonacci retracement, and of course, guys, usually where I've drawn the Fibonacci retracement is from the top. I will go now to this top, okay, and eventually what we want to see is to this bottom right here. Why I did this is because I want to see some major resistance levels. For now, what we are doing is we are going in this line, the 0.382, and we are bouncing between this line, down and up, down and up. As you can see here, what we are seeing though is a squeeze point. We are getting lower highs, okay, as you can see, and higher lows. Eventually we will go somewhere in the day where we might see, or in the day or in the next few hours or days, guys, where we might see a squeeze point, and we will decide if we go upwards or downwards. Okay, on the 4-hour frame for Anchor against Bitcoin, we are not in an oversold situation. We are in the middle. We are between 30, minus 100 and 100. Therefore, for the RSI it is the same. What we want to see is an upward to the momentum, a reversal head and shoulders pattern, as you can see here, that followed the RSI. Now we need to break this resistance. Now we need to go upwards from the reversal head and shoulders pattern. So for now, for Ankr against Bitcoin, as long as the 20-day EMA stays beyond the 50-day EMA, then we are bearish. But for a trader, it is very important to find the moment where we will go upwards, and then of course we will see a bullish cross between the 20-day EMA and the 50-day EMA, because the price goes upwards and then we see the cross. It is not the opposite. It's not the first the cross, then the price. If it was the first the cross, guys, all things would be easy. We would just wait for the 20-day EMA to cross the 50-day EMA and get some distance, and that's all. Okay, now it is the price that keeps the 20-day EMA because it is lagging behind the price. The price decides what it will do. Okay, and of course you can see an example here. We were going all the way upwards, but we saw the cross a little bit later. Okay, so we need to find this cross. We need the price to make the 50-day EMA as a support level. That's what we want to see for now, and eventually we are getting now into the squeeze point. The point is, can Ankr on the short term maintain its position against Bitcoin? Because right now we had a correction here, as you can see. That's why the 20-day EMA is beyond the 50-day EMA. For Ankr against Bitcoin though, in the daily frame it is not the same. We haven't seen yet the bearish cross between the 20-day EMA and the 50-day EMA, although in the 4-hour frame it is the opposite. On the daily frame it is the 20-day EMA that is gaining some distance between the 50-day EMA to the upwards above the 50-day EMA. The reason is we are in the mid-term. On the daily frame we look at the mid-term, and you can see that on the mid-term we haven't seen a bearish cross since February, guys, 2021. That's pretty good news, but also if a bearish cross happens, things won't be looking very good for Ankr against Bitcoin. So we need to outperform Bitcoin for the mid-term. Now we are ready to go to the price analysis and the price prediction. We can see here in Ankr against USDT, lower highs, higher lows, getting into a squeeze point. We will decide afterwards if we go upwards or downwards. What this depends from? It depends from, guys, Ankr being strong against Bitcoin, and it also depends, of course, from the Bitcoin. Because right now, I believe, guys, that we might see a swing high and surpass the 37,000 USDT. The commodity channel index is way below minus 100. If we go down, further down from here, even to lower minus a commodity channel index, then yes, we won't be going. Then we might see eventually the Bitcoin crumbling. On the daily frame, what we want to see for the RSI is this pattern right here. High lows, high highs, and eventually going like this for the daily frame. There is not a single time in the history that we have gone under 30 and we haven't seen a good swing high, but we may not repeat the history. Okay, history is there for us to make some assumptions, but it is not clear if we will follow the history. According to historical data, I have made a Bitcoin video, guys, you should check it out. We should see a swing high. Here we should see a swing high to the momentum and go 42,000 USDT, and why not the 44,000 USDT? But for now, we have to be careful. That's why, guys, on a bearish market, this is different. You can't be greedy, right? You can't be greedy on a bearish market. You can't always predict it right, because as you know, in the cryptocurrency market, Bitcoin drops, many altcoin follows. Not all of them, some of them. On the Bitcoin chart, let's say we have the Ankr against Bitcoin, okay? Some of the altcoins might be here on the low, might be here on the lowest point. If any altcoin is here on the lowest point, on the lowest possible support level, it is very possible that it will start to make an impulsive wave against Bitcoin. This will mean that if Bitcoin drops, the altcoin that will do that doesn't care. But for many altcoins that have already had an impulsive wave against Bitcoin, or they are having a normal situation here like Ankr, they depend from Bitcoin. Okay, so if Bitcoin has the swing low here and it goes beyond the 32 to 33,000 USDT, then it is very possible that we are going all the way down, guys. It is very possible that we are going all the way down. But for now, we might have the swing high. We haven't lost our position yet. We haven't lost the swing high yet. If we fall down from 33,000 USDT, then we will fall eventually down. Okay, we will fall eventually down. For Ankr against USDT, this would mean getting into a squeeze point and crashing down. But if Bitcoin has a swing high here, if Bitcoin goes a little bit above, if the pattern here follows, guys, and we see a swing high to the daily RSI and even on the commodity channel index, because it was way below, you can see here, guys, it was way below minus 100. If we see a pattern like this for Bitcoin, then Ankr against USDT will move towards the upwards, and eventually it can surpass even the 11 to 12 cents, even the 13 cents. Mainly, guys, on the daily frame, if I go here, if I show this pattern right here, I would tell you we have a clear buying opportunity. This means it would go upwards like 10-20% or maybe more. It is up to you to decide when you have an exit strategy, right? But it will go upwards. It would go upwards. I will tell you here, guys, if Bitcoin was stable or it was going upwards or it was going even downwards but more normalized, guys, not a 50% correction in just 2 days, then I will tell you this is a good buying opportunity. This is a great buying opportunity right now. But for now, we don't have this, okay? We don't have this. We are getting into a squeeze point where we might see it going upwards. Why not, guys, going upwards from here, from the 4-hour frame? Why not moving up to the 11-12 cents? If Bitcoin doesn't crash here more, doesn't go to 28,000 USDT, because after the swing high I told you that I expect Bitcoin to go to 28,000 USDT, why not Ankr not moving upwards? So it is going to a very critical moment. Be careful for those who have profits. Never be greedy in a bearish market, because right now, guys, we are in a bearish market. We had the first time since September that we saw the 20-day EMA crossing the 50-day EMA. So now we are in a bearish market. It is the first time that we went beyond the 200 EMA. This is a very good buying opportunity for the very long term. But for now, we should be careful. Thank you so much for watching. Have a fantastic day wherever you are. Stay tuned for many more videos. Bye.